The immediate reaction in Paris was panic, confusion and fear. As the extent of the attacks became known, it morphed into grief. The French capital turned off the lights at the Eiffel Tower in memory of the victims, and the messages of solidarity and support poured in.
This is an attack not just on Paris, it's an attack not just on the people of France, but this is an attack on all of humanity and the universal values that we share. We stand prepared and ready to provide whatever assistance that the government and the people of France need.
The UN Secretary General condemned what he described as barbaric and cowardly terrorist attacks. The German Chancellor Angela Merkel says her thoughts are with the victims. The British Prime Minister said he was shocked by the attacks and offered to do whatever was needed to help. And Canada's new Prime Minister offered his support.
Nous sommes troublés et attristés.
We are troubled and saddened by the terrorist attacks in France. We have offered all possible assistance on the part of the Canadian government to the French government, as well as our sympathies and our condolences.
By morning, newspapers carried the details of the worst attack in France since World War II, and more world leaders expressed their support for the victims.
Ülkem ve milletim.
I would like to express my condolences to my counterpart Hollande and the French nation for their losses on behalf of my country and my people. I hope the wounded people will recover soon.
Iranian President Hassan Rouhani has postponed his trip to Italy and France in the wake of the attacks. The government of the United Arab Emirates sent a message to French President Francois Hollande offering condolences. The Emir of Kuwait's statement says criminal acts of terrorism run counter to all teachings of the Holy Faith of Islam and humanitarian values. Saudi Arabia's foreign ministry also denounced the attack. Qatar's foreign minister says these acts, which target stability and security in France, are against all human and moral values. And there was public displays of support for the people of France as famous buildings were draped in the colors of the French flag. From Toronto and New York to San Francisco's City Hall, which lit up in blue, white and red to honor the victims. And then there's the reaction on social media. People used hashtags to provide shelter to those stranded near where the attacks happened. And millions of people from across the globe showed their support, from flowers placed at the French embassy in Moscow to spontaneous gatherings of support in Germany. And perhaps the simplest message was the most powerful, calling for peace in Paris. Osama bin Javaid, Al Jazeera.